can imagine, I mean, yesterday, before I left home, before I left Ibadan, somebody phoned me from Bauchi and was begging me for 1,000 naira.
It could be a life-saving 1,000 naira.
Yes, he said for 2 days he had not eaten. Again, about a week ago, somebody also called me, a woman, wanted 3,000 naira. At the time she wanted that money, unbelievably, I myself didn't have that money. And the woman called me 30 times in one day. 30 times. I mean, it's not my business to doubt the poverty situation of such people calling. You know, so when you go to such people to ask for their votes or their policy support, they don't care what you are capable of doing. What they are interested in is what they can get out of you today.
So that's weaponization of poverty. Nigerians will be wondering, this is a former minister.
Look, people ask me, when I say I don't have money,
you don't have 3,000.
I ask them, when you leave the office of minister, do you still get paid? You don't still get paid. Unless you have stolen while in office, it becomes very challenging. I thank God that I have about 10 children who are already graduates, and it is resources from their monthly resources that I used to take care of.
You're still in politics.
I'm still in politics.
So how do you cope with present-day Nigeria politics, where when you call for political meetings, you provide for logistics, pay members of your party for attending? How do you cope with
Well, it is not for me at this stage to, tell you how I cope. Otherwise,
and Nigerians will want to know.
This interview will become too personalized.
But we want to learn from your personal experience.
Let me tell you, number one,
there
I
are
have
lessons
always
that
said
will be
it,
drawn.
I will never steal government money. I will never steal it.
All right, Barrister. Two things. Now, the first one is, I beg, you believe this one? This was a former commissioner, Minister for Communication. I don't understand that this man must be a very stingy man, because I don't believe him. You can't tell me that you don't have 3,000 naira to give someone that needs it. I beg, you believe this man, a former minister? Viewers, for you to be a minister, you must have attained certain level in life. No matter what. For God's sake, Barrister, do you believe him first? Then we'll move to other stuff.
Let me say that, when some people come to the public space, they say a lot of things. The other day I heard Buhari saying that he's surviving from the rent from his house in Kaduna. He was telling people, and I was like, you are a former president. But all the presidents go with their salaries and allowances. When you retire as president, you are going to full salary, allowances, even they pay your domestic staffs.
I think they pay. I think they used to earn about 300 million naira annually. I don't know if now.
They pay that you go home with your full salary. They pay your domestic staff. They replace your vehicles every 3 or 4 years. You have security. Now, how can you come to the public space and be telling people that it is only your house in Kaduna, that the rent from that house that you are surviving? For God's sake, what kind of rubbish is that? Now, Adebayo here has been a very senior lawyer for a long time. He's a lawyer. He's a very senior one.
I didn't even know. I'm just knowing that now.
He is a lawyer.
Can you imagine?
I have known him for a long time. Now you left your profession to go into politics in Nigeria, and now you are complaining that you don't have money, 3,000. Who are you deceiving? And at the same time, you have 10 children that they are sending you money monthly. At your age, what are you doing with the money that 10 children are sending to you? No, it doesn't make those. That is why I say some people, when they come to public space, They make all manner of they embellish the issue they want to talk about. But
Yeah,
the
but
truth is
now
on the surface.
yeah, but my problem is you embellish the issue. You are trying to curry a kind of sympathy from the public
Exactly.
to yourself, but you are
needless.
shooting yourself in the foot.
Needless.
No, but
You
my
don't
problem
come
is
to me.
because
Even myself, I will not come to the public space and say I don't have.
only
I didn't have
3,000 naira that speaks very, very bad of you. Honestly,
If
that's
you
just the truth.
if you wanted to give the person 3,000, he would have got it and given the person. It's as simple as that. Whether he didn't have
God's sake, or not.
money is not what you have in
That
your
is
pocket.
it.
It's your ability. Okay, if you have friends, about 10 or 20, or you can call on 2 or 3.
Yes, one person just.
But you are rich.
Of course.
You are rich. It's not that you must have it in your bank account.
Honestly,
coming to say those kind of things,
that man,
I'm actually disappointed.
That man, if he actually did, if actually truly he did not give that woman that 3,000 naira, that man must be very wicked. I've seen stingy people, but if you are stingy to that level, for someone to ask you, do you know what it means for a woman, an adult to call you and ask for 3,000?
Even the shame of asking. The shame of asking. Where is the person's pride when you ask for something honestly, like that?
3,000.
Put your pride on the ground.
3,000. I beg, Barrister, 3,000. How much will Mudu of Gary now?
Mudu of Gary is 1,000 plus.
Okay. It's just maybe Mudu, you know, that 3,000 can't even buy maybe Mudu of beans or Mudu of rice.
It will not buy Mudu of rice.
Okay, you can imagine. 3,000, for God's sake, this woman condescended to that level to ask for 3,000 naira. Money that can't even buy a Mudu of rice.
And don't forget, at the age and positions this person has, he is not building new houses. Honestly. He's not paying children's school fees. He's not taking care of children's school fees. He's just taking care of himself. And his needs at that point are very little.
Of course.
Yes,
you cannot even help somebody. You can't help a woman.
You are having income. 10 children are supporting you. They are in good position. They are supporting you. For God's sake, you should not come to the public space. You should not come to the public space honestly. And make a caricature of the suffering of people.
Of Nigerians, honestly. That man must be this goes
uncalled for.
Beyond being stingy. He must be a very wicked person. Honestly. That I felt bad when I watched that thing. I felt bad. I said, what? Former minister, 3,000 naira. This woman didn't ask for 50,000. He didn't ask for 100,000. 3,000 naira.
He has been a minister, I believe, on 2 occasions, not just once.
Really? Can you imagine?
Yes.
And he's coming to tell us nonsense, to talk nonsense here. Honestly, that that man is just not it. Honestly. All right, Barrister. Okay. The second, so honestly, I became angry. I forgot the second point from the interview. The second point, he noted something which is true. That Nigerians. Can I remember the second point? I've forgotten. Yeah, he talked about. Okay, let me replay this. Let me replay it.
Today, before I left home, she wanted that money times. Poverty situation of such people calling. You know, so when you go to such people to ask for their votes or their policy support, they don't care what you are capable of doing. What they're interested in is what they can get out of you today.
So that's weaponization of poverty. Nigerians will be wondering, this is a former minister.
Look, people ask me, when I say I don't have money,
you don't have 3,000.
I ask them, when you leave the office of minister, do you still get paid?
Barrister, the interviewer asked him, this is weaponization of poverty. What is your problem? Somebody asked for 3,000 and you are crucifying her. I want to punish her for voting the wrong people. I don't know. Does that make sense, Barrister?
No, I think what he is saying is that more or less he is corroborating what I have always said, that the electorate has been so impoverished that in relation to the vote, they are no longer able to understand its importance. If you go to campaign today,
Yes, I understand that point, but I understand. Oh, sorry to cut you short. I understand that point, but my problem is that why would you use that as a yardstick, probably technically as a yardstick to judge? How do you will you? I don't know why. Now you and I agree that this is the bane of the Nigerian system. The problem is we are, but the issue is what gives us the assurance based on what our experience, even when if we don't even if these poor people don't collect these politicians money, what is the assurance that we are going to our vote will count, will ever count? That's one thing. So and besides, why I don't know why people generalize. Are you sure that woman didn't voted for the wrong leader? Are you sure the person, the problem is that I don't even like people who generalize things, because there are people, even in our system, there are people who still resist this inducement from politicians. So, but this time, but politicians are known for this generalization of issues, and that is what I really don't take. Sorry, Barrister, continue, make your point.
with all what we have said, we cannot say 100% that the Nigerian people are bad. There are a lot of people who are okay, who are good, who are not corrupt. The problem always is the mass, the critical mass. In every establishment, if you are one person, you are not going to work. But if you have a couple of people together, you people can achieve what you want. But if you have a single-minded approach and others do not support you within the organization, it's going to be difficult for you to succeed. I have said, and I will repeat, the reasons Nigerians vote are diverse. Hardly are they for national interest. Even the poorest among people, even if they collect your money, if they collect your wrapper, if they collect your rice or beans, the other issues of religion and others will still trump the vote. Let me tell you. It will still trump the other issue that this is my own person, this is our tribe man, will still trump the issue. So altogether, I summed it up in the fact that we do not have an enlightened electorate to underpin this electoral process, to make it work. We do not have it. I have no confidence. Believe me, I have no confidence in the Nigerian electorate in terms of voting for the right thing.
Right.
And for the right
I agree with you. Actually,
I don't have confidence.
honestly, I agree with you on that.